for today, pag-uusapan natin ang pressure and head under the principles of hydrostatics. Actually, we've already discussed this one, no? From the concept of varying layers of liquid and the variation of pressure, okay, in terms of vertical orientation or kahit yung hindi vertical with respect to a certain angle. So before we jump into that illustration and definition na nakikita niyo dyan, let's have a quick recap, or should I say a review of what we have already learned from pressure, or should I say variation in pressure. So you still remember, no, that dP over dz is equal to negative rho g. Ayan. So ito na, pag-usapan na natin to. And this rho g, no, if we could still remember, okay, rho g is also the gamma or unit weight. So again, so this is your mass density, okay, and this is your so this is gamma. And so this rho, of course, this is your mass density. Yan. So mass density nyo to. Okay, so alam na natin yung mga units niyan. And this gamma is your unit weight. Okay, so this is your unit weight. So very basic to sa atin. We all know this, no? From our previous discussion, from our discussion on the pressure, okay? So, from this equation, if you still remember, dinederive natin to. But before we derive, or before we apply calculus on this one, okay, we will rearrange this equation, okay? So, let's arrange this one, no, to this. This will become dP is equal to negative rho g dz. So, medyo familiar na kayo sa magiging drill. Kasi ito yung same process na ginawa natin, no, when we are tackling variation of pressure in gases. So, kung naalala niyo yun, then we use differential equations na gumamit tayo ng mga lone or natural logarithm. Then, na-derive natin yung formula na yon. In this case, gamitan ulit natin siya ng integration. Okay, so let's integrate this one. Yan. So, wala man tayong limits. Now, we all know, kapag nag-integrate ka ng walang limits, doon na papasok yung constant value. Okay? So, this will become P plus a constant value, ayan, is equal to, etong negative rho g is a constant. Constant yan, di ba? Gravitational constant and a constant mass density. So, nadala ninyo yung sa una natin pinag-usapan. So, that is a constant mass density. So, this will become negative rho g. Then, ang i-integrate na natin yung z. So, z multiplied by z plus constant again. Okay? So, rearranging this, no? Rearranging this one, this will become P, no? Ilipat natin lahat sa kabila. From left side of the equation, papuntang right side yung constant. This will become negative rho gz plus constant is also a constant value. Okay? So, ayan yun. So, ilagay na lang natin na word na constant para, yan, constant. Okay? Yan yung C. Ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, or if you still remember with our previous discussion natin, okay, so let's say ito yun. Let's say we have, let's say about a surface, no, ng fluid. Yan. And then, a point below that surface, no, meron tayo dito, let's say point A. Okay. And that on point A, okay, meron siyang depth, no? Meron siyang depth. Ayan. Na H. Okay. So, we all know, no, na kapag kumukuha tayo ng pressure at this point, let's say we want to know P sub A, kailangan alam mo ang property ng fluid. So, alam mo dapat yung kanyang mass density or pwede rin namang unit weight. Okay? So, in consideration do sa formula natin kanina, balik tayo. Ito. Sabi sa atin, the pressure to at any point, ito yan, i-highlight natin. This one. Ay. The pressure at any point, okay, is equal to negative rho gz plus constant. Actually, na-derive na natin to from our previous discussion. But we will see it further, or we will going to analyze it further in terms of our pressure and head analysis. Okay? So, balik tayo sa illustration natin. Ayan. So, ngayon, we take this, kung nalala ninyo, pwede naman nating i-take itong surface na to, at madalas ginagawa natin to even to yung other subjects, at tinatawag natin siyang datum. Okay. If we take this surface as a datum, ayan, any value below that datum is a negative value, and any value above or measurement above the datum is a positive value. For example, meron ka ditong point B, halimbawa lang naman, you have a point B in this point. So therefore, kung meron siyang pressure sa B dyan, to compute for that, etong H mo na to, ay, ibahin natin, ayan. Okay? Meron ka ding distance H. Okay? So, above naman. In this case, yung nasa baba, we take this, if this is the datum, we know the elevation at datum is 0. Okay? So ngayon, kung mag-measure ka ngayon ng mga height or distances below and above the datum, so just like your algebra, pag nasa baba, it's a negative measurement, at kapag napataas siya, it's a positive measurement. Okay? So applying natin to sa ating equation, so let's say, ito yung consider mo natin yung P sub A. No? Yeah. So i-apply natin dito yan sa ating equation. So this will become P is equal to negative rho g, tapos yung z natin, z we know from our previous discussion, z is yung ating difference in elevation. So ano ba ang difference in elevation dito? From datum to A, that is h pero negative. So negative h, yan, zoom out natin, yan, plus the constant values, constant. So simplifying further, it will give us the result na P is rho GH, positive na, kasi negative times negative, plus constant. Okay. So, anong indication nito? It follows na kahawig nito yung formula na tinandaan natin sa variation of fluid na mayroon different layers. Ano yun? Gamma H. Then, plus constant. Okay? So, kung maalala ninyo, let's have a quick backtrack on this one. Ito yung tinutukoy ko. Yan. Okay? Kung natatandaan ninyo, sabi natin, isa sa mga assumption natin dito sa topic na to, no? Kapag binasa daw natin, ayan, nakikita niyo yung assumption, tas naka-box. Kapag binasa daw natin ang gamma H ng pababa, we will take it as a positive value. Okay? So, yun ang ating, yun ang ating assumption. Wherein, ganun ang nangyari dito sa ating ginagawa ngayon. Naging positive yung value. And we know that this gamma H, okay, zoom ko ulit, this gamma H, yan, is also known as the measured pressure. Okay? Or, when we say measured pressure, as we all know, no, dun sa ating mga previous discussion, this is called gauge pressure. Okay? Kaya, yung mga gamma H ninyo na ginagawa way back is a measured pressure. So, pwede measure nyo yung height, okay? Or na-measure yung temperature, kaya meron tayong measure ng density, measured pressure yon. Okay? Ngayon, ano naman itong mga constant? What are those constant values? Okay, balik tayo sa illustration. Yung mga constant values natin, di ba napansin nyo, naka-add lang siya. Balikan ko, ayan. Naka-add lang, no? Yung mga constant values na yan, eto yan. So, kung galing tayo dito sa baba, okay, ito yung mga constant values. Isama na natin tong ano. Yan. Ito yung ating mga constant values. Ayan. Yan yun. Ito yung mga constant values natin. Constant values. Usually, those constant values, okay, it is designated by what we call the condition the condition above the datum. Okay? Which is atmospheric condition. Okay? So, dahil nga, syempre, meron tayong atmosphere. Okay? So, yan yung ating atmospheric condition. Or, from that atmospheric condition, dyan natin makukuha ngayon yung ating tinatawag na atmospheric pressure or PATM. Yan. Atmospheric pressure. Okay? Ito na yon. Ayan. Diyan natin yan makukuha. Inipisa natin. Ayan. So, ito yung ating PATM or atmospheric pressure. Okay? So, ngayon, dahil constant yan, so, meron tayong mga constant values para dyan, no? Under normal condition. Okay? So, that means, yung mga constant values na yan, kung galing ka sa datum at susukat ka pababa, idadagdag mo yon. Kaya, naka-add siya dito. In short, kung isi-simplify natin to further, okay, ito pala, ito ay yung ating atmospheric pressure. Yan. Okay. Atmospheric pressure. Yan. Or P atmospheric. Yan. So therefore, kung masisimplify pa natin yan at i-simplify pa natin talaga, this will become P is equal to P gauge, yan, plus P atmospheric, yung mga constant. And we know from our discussion ng gases, this P, kapag nag-sum up ka ng gauge at atmospheric pressure, it is also known as the absolute pressure. Okay? Yan yung ating absolute pressure. So ngayon, balikan natin yung illustration. Sir, ano ngayon ang kinalaman niyan sa pinag-uusapan natin ngayon? Ngayon, may tinatawag tayo na conditions of the atmospheric pressure. Sige, balikan na natin tong text. Yan. Kaya dito sa text ninyo or dito sa kanina pinakita ko, mapapansin nyo ito yon. Ito yung gamma H or rho GH plus constant, wherein the constant ay atmospheric pressure. Ngayon, ayan, madalas because of the gravity, no? The atmospheric pressure is going downward because air, di ba, meron siyang weight. Kaya nga, ang measurement mo dito ay naka-plus. Ayan. Okay? So, ayan yung reason. Then, babasahin mo yung density ng liquid. Now, mapapansin nyo rin dito na medyo varying yung arrowhead, no? Pwede daw siyang pababa, pwede rin pataas. Ano ang indication nito? Na pwede mong basahin ang measurement pataas din, no? Katulad nung sa binigay ko kanina, ito yung point B. Ayan. No, halimbawa yan. So, meron kang H dyan na positive mo siya babasahin. Ngayon, kung isa-substitute mo yon dito, it will become negative siya. Negative gamma H. Okay? So, nangyayari yon yung mga negative gamma H na yan. So, because of the opposite direction of the measurement of your height. Okay? So, nakalagay dito, sabi dito, it is convenient or often convenient, yun yung term na ginamit, to take atmospheric pressure as a datum. O, balikan natin yon. Ano daw? Etong atmospheric pressure daw, eto, yan. Yan. Ito daw, i-take down natin to into a datum pressure. Ito, papunta dito. So, ibig sabihin, at datum, zoom in ko yan. Okay? Yan. At datum, okay. So, atmospheric pressure is equal to 0. Bakit 0? Kasi 0 din yung iyong elevation. Okay? zero. So, kailan ba nangyayari ang atmospheric pressure na zero? Kapag nangyayari din yung tinatawag natin na vacuum. Okay? O tinatawag natin na vacuum. When you say vacuum, ibig sabihin, tinanggal mo yung lahat ng existence. No? Yung same principle behind vacuum cleaner. Kaya nagkakaroon siya ng pressure, or should I say, kaya niya nakukuha yung mga dumi because vacuum yung space niya. And the pressure behind the vacuum pressure is a suction pressure. Kaya, ang nangyari is, pag dinala mo sa datum, yung iyong atmospheric pressure, it is in the condition of vacuum. Okay? Ngayon may tinatawag ding perfect vacuum. Ito yon actually, yung P atmospheric is equal to 0. Yun nga lang, hindi kasi talaga natin na-achieve yung perfect vacuum. Okay? So, kaya vacuum lang yung ginagamit ko na term. Pero, meron din yung tinatawag na perfect vacuum. Okay? So, it is the same. Pag tinatawag mo rin perfect vacuum, ito rin yun. No? Yung P atmospheric mo equal to 0. Yun nga lang, the existence of perfect vacuum is hindi 100%. No? Kasi, meron pa rin tayong pressure na nasusukat kahit sobrang liit. Okay? So, yun yung ating pinag-uusapan. Now, bakit nagiging 0 siya? Because of the assumptions, or should I say, iteration ng mga values, no, from your, let's say, numerical solutions. Okay? So, iterated yung values hanggang sa 0 yung pinaka-close na value. Okay? So, kaya dito, nakalagay sa atin, yan, sabi, pressure measured above the atmospheric pressure are known as the gauge pressure, above or below. Kaya may arrow dyan, na pataas sa pababa. Depende sa basa mo ng height. Okay? Ngayon, kung ang basa mo ng height ay pataas, so malamang above yun, edi kung nasa baba ka ng datum, nasa baba. Pero, take note, hindi lang naman gauge pressure sinasama mo, kundi yung atmospheric pressure din. Okay? Kaya nga dito, no, pag sinasabi mo gauge pressure, pwede siyang below the datum, pwede rin mas mataas sa datum. Okay? Depende na sa magiging reading mo. Ngayon, napatunayan nga natin from our previous discussion noon na tama yung ating assumption. Na kapag binasa mo ang gamma H pababa, is a positive value ng gauge pressure, at kapag pataas siya, negative. Okay? So, sabi pa dito, since atmospheric pressure varies with atmospheric condition, totoo naman, a perfect vacuum is taken as the absolute standard of pressure. Ito na yon. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, yun nga, tulad yan na nabanggit ko na kanina, pag nilagay mo nga sa datum yung atmospheric pressure, it will become a vacuum or perfect vacuum. Pero just like I've said, perfect vacuum, hindi siya 100% mag-exist. Kasi nga, kahit maliit na pressure, meron pa din. Okay? So, sobrang liit nga lang nun. Parang sobrang layo ng value to the point na negligible. Yun yun. Okay? So, sabi pa dito sa atin, yan, pressures measured above the perfect vacuum are called absolute pressure. Okay? Bakit ganon? Kasi nga, sinama mo or pinapunta mo dun sa iyong point kung saan mo sinusukat. Ngayon, kung ganun pala nangyari, ito yung tinutukoy niya. Since we know that at vacuum, ito, i-ano natin. Yan. At vacuum condition, P atmospheric is 0. Kaya daw yung pressure measured above the perfect vacuum is absolute pressure. Kasi ito rin naman yun. Ngayon, kung meron kang atmospheric condition, no, na binigay, let's say ba, meron kang atmospheric pressure, isasama mo nga yun. Okay? Now, there are instances wherein gauge pressure is also considered a vacuum pressure. Okay? So, may mga instances yan. Hindi lang yung absolute pressure. So, madalas, or may mga instances that this gauge pressure or measured pressure are measured in terms of vacuum. Okay? In terms of vacuum. Yan. So, yung pressure natin, gauge, is a negative. Yan. Negative pressure. So, mamaya, as we go along with our topic, makikita nyo na, yung pala yung tinutukoy ni Sir. Okay? So, ayun yung ating pinag-uusapan ngayon. So, ito rin yun. No, ito rin yan. Yung absolute pressure is equal to gauge pressure plus atmospheric. Now, meron tayong mga values ng atmospheric pressure under normal condition. Ito, normal condition. Kung mag-average, parang ganun. Okay? O sige, iyan na natin yan. I-box ng matindi para talagang memorize. Yan. Okay? So, ayan yung ating yan. Okay. Under normal condition, okay, so yung ating P atmospheric, actually meron na tayong isa niyan no, yung alam na natin, ito. So we have this, no, yung 101.325. We all know that. Actually, nasa calculator nyo nga yan pero naka-Pascal. Okay. So, pero meron din siya mga values, no, na ating mga tinutukoy. So meron dyan, no, kapag naka-PSF to 166, kapag naka-PSI 14.7, kapag naka-millimeters of mercury, yan. Inches of mercury, 29.9. Ito naman, ang basa naman dito, 760 millimeters. Yan. 760 millimeters of mercury. Okay. So, ayan. So, kasi noon, ang ginagamit natin na pansukat ng mesh pressure ay yung mga Bourdon gauge, no? Yung gumagamit ng mercury or piezometric height. Okay? So, ayun yung ating pinasukat. Kaya sinusukat natin siya in millimeters of mercury. Actually, this is the same measurement na ginagamit natin kapag gumagamit tayo ng mga sphygmomanometer, no? Yung pagkuha ng blood pressure. So, yan yung binabasa ng mga doktor, ng mga nurses, no? Kapag gamit yung stethoscope, di ba? Yung parang ipipisilin yung parang sponge tapos hanggang sa naiipit yung sa may arm natin o malapit sa ating yung sa may arm tapos natin kinukuha ng pressure tapos release yung hangin, yung reading doon sa kanyang gauge naka-millimeters of mercury. Okay? So doon nakasunod yon. Kasi equal din yan dyan sa 101.325, no? Yung 760 mmHg. So ibig sabihin magkaka-equal yan. Yan lumalabas, direct conversion factor pala to, no? Na pwede gamitin. Pero do take note na itong mga to na nakikita nyo na yan, okay? Lahat ng to ay mga yan. Lahat yan ay rounded off values. Okay? So they are all rounded off values. Okay? Ano ibig ko sabihin? Ibig sabihin, tinanggal na yung mga parang decimal places, yung mga putal-putal, pero malapit dyan. Okay? So, lahat yan, no, ay mga rounded off values. Ayan. Huwag kalimutan. Okay? So, ngayon kung alam mo yung direct conversion ng mga pounds to kilogram, newton to pounds, mga something like that, wala namang problema. No? Ito, nagiging guide lang natin ngayon para at least alam natin, so pwede pala na yung 2166 pounds per square foot is equal sa 101.325 kilopascal, which is kilonewton per square meter. Okay? So, yun, no? Para lang meron kang guide. No? Meron kang guide. Okay? So, kahit gamitin mo yan, it will give you an answer close enough dun sa totoong answer kung hindi ka gumagamit ng conversion factor na to. Okay? So, ayun yung ating intro part ng ating pressure. Actually, we've already discussed this one no? Napag-usapan na natin to ng mga unang discussion natin ng pressure. Okay? So, by the way, to add, ngayon, kung sakasakali man na, di ba, lumalabas, kung itutuloy natin tong condition na to, dito na lang. Okay? If we will continue this condition, lalabas na yung P natin na absolute pressure equal na lang siya sa P gauge. Ayan. So, P na lang kasi P, that is gamma H or rho GH. Ang tawag dito sa H na yan, natutukoy natin, is known as what we call, yung tinatawag natin na pressure head. Okay? Pressure head. So, ang pressure head, na naka-in terms yan of the height of the liquid that you are measuring. No? Ayan yon, kaya nga gamma H or rho GH. Okay? So, pressure head ang tawag dyan. Okay? So, now, to have example or para mas maintindihan natin to, or para mas madali nating maunawaan, let's answer yung ating mga sample problems. So now let's answer our sample problem. So let's start with this problem. So a cylinder contains a fluid at a gauge pressure of 360 kilonewton per square meter. So express this pressure in terms of a head of A, water na merong density na 1,200 kg per cubic meter, B, mercury na merong relative density na 13.6. So, third question then, or let's say letter C, what would be the absolute pressure in the cylinder if the atmospheric pressure is 101.3 kilonewton per square meter? So, to answer that, mag-illustrate muna tayo. So, let's say ito yung ating container, yan, na meron ko naman yung liquid na yon or fluid. Okay, let's say ito yon. So, ang sabi sa atin dito, meron daw siyang gauge pressure na 350 kilonewton per square meter. Usually, yung gauge, no, nilalagay yan, o yung symbol niyan, ganito na parang bilog. Yan, tapos may ganito siya na symbol. Yan. So, binabasa to usually sa baba, no, with respect to the height, no, of your fluid. Yan. So, nilagyan ko muna ng space sa ibaba kasi natin alam baka may presence ng atmospheric pressure or air, di ba? So, yan, H. Then, nakalagay dito na ang gauge pressure daw niya nung binasa dun sa gauge na yon. Okay? Gauge pressure daw natin, okay, is equal daw sa eto, 350 kilonewton per square meter. So, 350 kilonewton per square meter. Or, pwede mo rin express yan ng, okay, 350 times 10 cube newton per square meter. Parehas lang. Okay? So, ngayon ang tanong sa atin is, what would be the, express this pressure daw, no, in terms of a head of water. So, dito na mapasok yung pinag-usapan natin kanina na pressure head. Yan. So, kung ito yung ating formula kanina, tuloy natin to. So, therefore, our pressure head is equal to P over the gamma or property ng fluid or P over yung kanyang property din kung in terms of mass density, rho G. Okay? So, taking this formula, papunta dito sa problem natin. So, letter A. So, una pinapahanap sa atin is head of water. So, pressure in terms of head of water. So, binigyan tayo ng mass density na 1,000 kg per cubic meter. Yan. So, to compute, no, madali lang. So, gamitin natin yung formula na H is equal to P over rho G. Kasi, rho yung binigay sa atin na value. So, head para sa water, that is equal to, ano daw yung ating P. Ngayon, kung gagamit tayo ng kilogram per cubic meter, make sure na yung inyong mga units ay in unison with other units. Ibig sabihin, kung naka-kilogram per cubic meter yung density, dapat naka-newton yung inyong pressure or newton per square meter. Bakit? Kasi alam mo na kapag multiply mo ang density papunta sa gravitational constant, it will give you a value na newton per cubic meter. Okay? So, ngayon, kaya ako ginawang ganyan, no? Yung 350. This will become 350 times 10 cube, ayan, newton per square meter over 1,000, yan, kilogram per cubic meter multiplied by 9.81 meter per second square. Okay. And this head of water, it will give you the value na 35.6 meters. So, ito yung sagot natin ngayon. So, other books or other reference, pwede siyang tinatawag na or binabasa siya as 35.6779 meters head of water. Yan. Okay. So, pwedeng basahin ng ganyan. Okay? So, now let's proceed naman do sa letter B. Mercury naman. Head of Mercury. So, letter B. So, ang tutukoy naman natin dito. So, sabi naman sa atin dito, head of Mercury. Okay? Ngayon, ang binigay sa atin is relative density or specific gravity ng Mercury. So, sulat natin. So, specific gravity or relative density, ganyan na lang, na 13.6. Okay? So, paano ito makakompute? So, binigyan naman tayo ng relative density. So, we could still use yung formula natin na H is equal to P over, yan. Pwede tayong gumamit ng gamma, pwede namang P over rho G. Kung ano yung mas convenient sa atin, kasi equal lang naman ang gamma at rho G. In this case, I will choose yung gamma in this time. Okay? So, this will become head of Mercury para doon sa pressure na yon, that is P 350 yan, times 10 cube Newton per square meter over yan. Ano ba yung ating relative density? 13.6 times yung ating gamma na 9810 Newton per cubic meter. That is for water. Okay? So, the answer for that, no, sa height or head of Mercury, no, ating pressure in terms of head of Mercury is 2.6234 meters. Okay? So, ito yung ating sagot. Yun nga, tulad ng mga nabanggit ko din kanina, katulad sa tubig or sa water, pwede siyang tinatawag na meters head of Mercury. Ganyan. Okay? So, binabasa yung dulo niya na 2.6234 head of Mercury. Okay? So, ayun, no, yung ating solutions for A and B. Okay? So, kung mapapansin ninyo, malaki ang pinagkaiba ng values kahit magkapares sila ng pressure. Kasi nga, with regards to the property of the fluid, no, the reason why, bakit millimeters and inches of mercury yung ginagamit natin dito, no? Dahil, kung ma-observe niyo din kanina, balik tayo dito sa problem number 1, sa ating problem number 1, magkapares sila ng pressure, pero lumalabas na yung iyong mga values ng pressure head malayo, no? Sobrang taas sa tubig, mababa sa mercury. It indicates na hindi ganun kabilis ang pag-fluctuate ng or pagtaas ng height ng mercury, no, with a changing or varying pressure. Kasi yung P na yan, no, kung susundan natin din ng mga unang discussion natin, it could be considered as the difference in pressure. Diba? Yun din na-derive natin kanina. Okay? And then for the last part ng ating solution or problem, pinapanap naman sa atin yung absolute pressure. Dito na lang. So, alam natin na ang absolute pressure, okay, is equal to the gauge pressure, yan, plus atmospheric pressure. So, mukhang binigay naman na lahat, no? Meron tayong atmospheric pressure na 101.3. Ayan. Okay? So, ayan, atmospheric pressure. Okay? So, absolute pressure is equal to the gauge pressure. So, balik ko na ulit siya sa kilonewton per square meter kasi mga magkapares naman sila ng unit. So, this is 350. Yan. Kilonewton per square meter plus 101.3 kilonewton per square meter. It will give us a value of 451. Okay. 51.3 kilonewton per square meter. And this is the value of your absolute pressure. Okay? So, that's it for our problem number 1 under pressure and head. Okay, now let's proceed with example problem number 2 under pressure and head. Okay, so it's stated here that if the atmospheric pressure is 94.89 kilopascal and the gauge attached to the tank reads 188 millimeters of mercury vacuum, find the absolute pressure within the tank. Okay, so first things first, let's draw the setup. Okay. So, let's say this is your tank. Okay. Then, for example, ito yung ating liquid or fluid, no? Or tank, no? May, ano yan? May, kung ano man yung fluid na yan. Siguro pwede rin gas din, no? Depende. Okay. So, syempre, pag binabasa natin ang gauge, no? Meron tayong gauge pressure, meron tayong syempre yung gauge. Okay. Ito na lang. Ating gauge. Ang sabi sa atin is atmospheric pressure daw. So, let's write on this way. No? Kasi ito yun. Halimbawa, this is your atmospheric pressure nandito. Atmospheric pressure is 94.89 kilopascal. Okay. And your gauge pressure, nung binasa siya, okay, that is 188 millimeters of mercury vacuum. Okay. So, natatandaan ba yung sinabi ko kanina? Okay. So, balikan natin yun. Kanina nabanggit ko na may mga instances na ang measured pressure, gauge pressure natin ay pwedeng maging vacuum. Wherein, in terms of vacuum, that gauge pressure is a negative pressure. So, therefore, kung babalikan natin itong sample problem number 2, this gauge pressure, okay, is a negative pressure. So, this is negative 188 millimeters of mercury. Ngayon, sir, ang question sa atin is find the absolute pressure at the tank. Eh di ba nga alam natin from our previous discussion or kanina lang, no, a while ago, we know that the absolute pressure, okay, is equal to the gauge pressure, okay, plus atmospheric pressure. Okay. So, una nating i-resolve ngayon is magkaiba sila ng unit. But we all know na meron tayong direct conversion ng millimeters of mercury and kilopascal, which is ito. Yan. Sabi natin, under normal condition, yan, zoom natin, 716 mmHg is 101.325 kilopascal. Okay? So, by using this conversion factor, take note or just want to remind you, rounded off values to. Okay? So, pero malapit to sa magiging sagot. Sige. So, let's compute muna yung ating gauge pressure. Sabi natin, so gauge pressure natin is a negative, yan, 188 millimeters of mercury. So, multiply natin sa conversion factor, ano yun? Sabi natin, ang 760 millimeters of mercury ay 101.325 kilopascal. Okay? So, simplifying that, it will give us a gauge pressure na naka-kilopascal na, a negative value that is negative 25.0646 kilopascal. Okay? So, ngayon, sir, what if hindi namin alam to? Okay? Paano po pag hindi namin alam niya 101.325 kilopascal is 760 millimeters Hg? May isa pang solution, okay? So, let's take this as solution A. Okay. So, may isa pang solution. Ngayon, mangyayari lang itong isa pang solution para sa gauge pressure if, okay, dito, solution B, okay, mangyayari yan, no, lagyan natin ng, note, no. This will be possible, yan. So, if specific gravity or property of fluid is given. Dito nalanda rin natin to. Yan, para sa pangalawa. Property of fluid is given. So, ano yun? Pwedeng mass density, pwede rin specific gravity, pwedeng unit weight. Ngayon, in this case, wala kasing binigay sa atin sa problem. Pero tayo na magbigay. No? Bawa lang naman, no? Gamitin din natin yung relative density or specific gravity ng problem number 1. Ano yun? Ito, nakikita ba? Yung 13.6. Gamitin din natin yan. Okay? So, i-add ko na lang dito siguro, no? Yan, para madagdag ninyo sa inyong notes. So, take the specific yan. Gravity of mercury as yan 13.6. So, yun nga lang itong sa solution B, magagawa natin to kapag binigay. Ngayon kung binigay, if naibigay, tulad yan nakikita nyo. So, therefore, yung gauge natin, anong ulit yun? Gauge is negative 188 millimeters Hg. So, ngayon, eto, gagawin natin siyang gamma H. So, first, i-multiply mo natin siya sa conversion factor niya ng meters to millimeters. Bakit ganon? Kasi, kailangan magamit natin yung binigay na specific gravity in relation dun sa pressure. Ano ba yung pressure nyo dito? 94.89 kilopascal, that is 94.89 kilonewton per square meter. So, gagawin natin siyang kilonewton per square meter. Parang katulad nito kanina. So, using the conversion factor, so 1 meter over 1,000 mm. Now, i-multiply pa natin siya kasi ito ay H pa lang. Ano yung gamma? So, 13.6 relative density times 9.81 kilonewton per cubic meter. So, ito yan, no? So, this portion, ito yung iyong unit weight, okay, ng iyong mercury. And this portion is your pressure head. So, gamma H. Okay? So, to compute, no, or to simplify that, lalabas ay gauge pressure natin, negative, that is 25.0822 kilopascal, which is malapit lang do sa 25.0646. Yan ay kung given. Okay? Ngayon, para makita din natin yung difference, no? So, computing, lagyan na natin, no? Solving for absolute pressure. Okay. Absolute pressure. Solving for absolute pressure. So, unahin mo natin yung isang solution, solution A. So, absolute pressure natin. So, P absolute is equal to P gauge. Yan. Plus P atmospheric. So, direct, substitute na lang to. So, that is, ano yung P gauge natin? Ayan yung una. So, that is negative 25 negative 25.0646 kilopascal. Yan. Plus 94, ito. Yan. 94.89 kilopascal. So, plus 94.89 kilopascal. So, it will give us yung ating absolute pressure na equal sa 69.8254 kilopascal. Okay. So, ngayon tingnan natin yung letter B. O, kasi medyo magkalapit lang, no? Doon sa ating gauge. O, tingnan natin kung magkalapit nga. Yan. Bayan na lang natin yung kulay. Siguro ito. So, P absolute okay, is ganun din. P gauge yan, plus P atmospheric. So, absolute pressure is equal to, so this time, ito yung gagamitin natin, yung kanina, ayan, ito, yung solution B, no, para sa gauge pressure, that is negative 25.0822. So, negative 25.0822 kilopascal plus atmospheric natin, 94.89 kilopascal. So, absolute pressure natin is equal siya sa 69 din. 69 pero this time 0.8078 kilopascal. O yan, magkalapit lang yung values na tong dalawa, no? Sobrang liit lang. Okay? Kaya nga, just like I've said a while ago, ayan, zoom out natin, na yung ating solution para dyan is naka-approximate kasi or rounded off dun sa direct conversion, yung solution A. No, ngayon, kung hindi ka gumamit at binigyan ka ng relative density, in this case, no, kung nabigyan, kung sakali man, or property ng fluid, let's say gamma, or binigyan ka na ng density ng fluid, magagawa mo na yung kaninang ginawa natin, ito. Okay? Kaya nilagyan ko yan ng unit weight, or pwede rin naman, this unit weight, no, kung matatanda ninyo, this unit weight is also equal din naman sa mass density times gravitational constant. Okay? So, kaya, pwede natin magamit yung ganyang solution if, and only if, sinabi sa inyo yung property ng fluid. Kasi kung hindi, ito ang may isip mo yung solution A. Yan. Okay? So, alin man dyan, if po sakali man ay binigay parehas, no? Nabigay, at parehas, at ang nagawa mo yung isa, yung solution A, at hindi yung B, tama pa rin yun. Kasi, it is the same approach, no? Yun nga lang, tulad nga na nabanggit ko, ay naka-rounded off yung mga values yan. Approximate values yan. Okay? So, yun yung pinakamalapit because for anong purpose nun? Ba't ginawang ganyan na malalaki or para naka-whole number? Para mas madali natin matandaan or ma-memorize. Okay? So, yan. This is our sample problem number 2 under principles of hydrostatics, which is pressure and head. Okay, now let's answer sample problem number 3 under pressure and head, which is this one. So the figure shows a setup of a vessel containing a plunger. Ayan, medyo i-zoom natin ng konti. And a cylinder. So mapapansin nyo, sige, ilagay natin ng color for us to easily identify alin yung plunger na tinutukoy dyan, alin yung cylinder. Sige, gawin na natin itong kulay red, itong plunger. Yan, ito yan. Yung kulay red. And then, yung cylinder natin, gawin natin siyang kulay blue. Yan, ito. So, yan. Ito yung ating cylinder. Yan. So, ang question sa atin is, what force F daw is required? No? Ano daw yung force F na yan? Ito. Ito yung tinutukoy natin dyan. Ito daw, ano daw yung force F na yan? Na to balance the weight of the cylinder and the weight of the plunger. To balance the weight of the cylinder if the weight of the plunger is negligible. So, dito makapansin niyo yung weight ng cylinder given. Yan. So, mas zoom ko pa. Yan, mas zoom. Okay? Sige. Ito siya. Kulayan natin. Yan. So, ito, no? So, ito, kita naman yung ating weight ng cylinder. Ano daw yung weight niya? That is 44 kilonewton. Tapos, yung area natin, ayan, nakalagay dyan. No? Yung area natin, siguro ito na lang. Natin yung kulay. Itong green. Yung area natin is 0.323 square meters for the cylinder. Okay. Sa plunger, tulad niya na nabanggit, okay, at nasabi ng problem, yung weight daw, weight of so weight of the plunger is negligible. Yan, negligible. So wala. Okay? Pero meron siyang area. Yun yung kagandahan. Binigay. Ito, no, parang ano lang, no, parang naloloko lang tayo, no, kasi inusod mo lang ng, ilan ba yan? 10 times 10 raised to, ano ba yan? Negative 2, no? From the area. So, ano, dinivide mo sa 1,000 pa, no? Tama ba? 1,000? Or 100. 10 raised to 2, no? So, 100 pa. Dinivide mo pa yon. So, ibig sabihin, parang 100 times the area ng plunger, area ng cylinder. Kaya talagang negligible yan. Parang 1% ganun lumalabas, di ba? Okay, negligible na yung kanyang weight because of that comparison. Assuming na may corresponding weight yon. Okay? So, ngayon, dito sa setup natin, may yung liquid or fluid or liquid niya na nasa pagitan ng cylinder at plunger ay oil. Okay, ito yon. Yung fluid na yon. Yan, let's say ito siya. Yan, ito yung fluid na yan. Nakikita ba? Yan, oil. Oil daw yung fluid. Yan. Wherein, that fluid, no, na nakikita nyo, is, meron silang density. Ayan, ito yung density ng fluid na yan. Okay, 0.7 or relative density. Okay? So, 0.78 relative density or specific gravity. So, to compute for this, gagamitin natin ito ng concept ng pressure and head. Okay? So, alam natin from our previous discussion na kapag meron kang difference in elevation, we could say na meron din yung possible difference in pressure. Or, in this case, kung mapapansin nyo, i-denote natin to, itong nasa plunger, as pressure sub 1, at nandito sa cylinder, as pressure sub 2. Or, parang itong nasa plunger, yung linya niya, ito yung ating 0.1, at sa cylinder, ito yung ating 0.2. Kasi meron kang pressure sub 2. And the difference in elevation between those 2 points is ito, 4.6 meters. Okay? So now, paano natin mako-compute or how we're going to compute the difference in pressure? Kasi yun ang magiging base solution natin. So, ang ating base solution, no, or magiging takbo ng solution natin, dapat mapunta tayo sa ganitong parte ng solution. P sub 1, or should I say, P sub 2, yan, minus P sub 1. Take note tayo yung pababa natin. Anong ginawa ko dito? Ito yung kinuha kong datum. Sana natatandaan. Yung kanina, na ano nyo ba yung kanina? Parang ito yung kinuha kong datum. No? If this is my datum, pag binasa ko yung height, no, ng gamma H ay pabaliktad na positive na. Kaya, yan, P sub 2 minus P sub 1 is equal, ayan, is equal to the P or difference in pressure. May sinabi bang atmospheric? Wala. So, yan na rin yung iyong absolute pressure na equal yan sa gamma times H ng inyong oil. Wherein that gamma H is a positive with respect to the datum. Okay. So, yan yung pinaka-main solution natin. Or dyan iikot yung ating solution for that problem. Okay. So, kung yan yung ating solution, therefore, unang nating hanapin is ano ang gamma H ng oil with respect to those 2 points. Sige. So, first part ng solution, sige, for our solution, so, first part natin is the pressure from point 1 to point 2. Yan. So, ano yung pressure niya? Which is yung gamma H ninyo. So, pressure from point 1 to point 2 is gamma H ng inyong oil. Okay. So, pressure is equal ano ating specific gravity? 0.78 multiplied by gamma 9.81 kilonewton per cubic meter. Yan. Multiplied by yan. Height natin na 4.6 meters. Ngayon, since mas pipiliin ko na gawin tong Newton per cubic meter muna sa ngayon dahil kung titignan ko yung problem, masyadong maliit nga yung F na yan, no, in comparison to the weight na kailangan ng cylinder. So, this mechanism, no, magiging familiar kayo dito if pag sinabi ko na ito yung parang hydraulic mechanism ng mga sasakyan or sa mga talyer, no, yung para ma-lift yung mga sasakyan. So, same yun. Hindi ka naman kailangan ng malakas na force para mapindot mo yun at mapaangat yun. So, minimum lang yun. So, in that case, para in unison, gagawin ko ulit tong Newton. So, therefore, etong aking kilonewton per cubic meter, gagawin ko tong Newton per cubic meter. So, mangyayari ito sa solution ko, this will become P is equal to 0.78 multiplied by 9810 Newton per cubic meter. Yan. Times 4.6 meter. Yan. So, this will give me a value. Okay? So, our pressure yun. So, this will give me a value. Ngayon, kung naka-fraction kayo, okay lang naman. Kung hindi, basta isusulat nyo yung lahat ng decimal places. So, this is 35198 or 35,198.28 Newton per square meter. So, ito na yung P or possible nyo na difference in pressure. Ngayon, para magamit natin itong equation, kasi mukhang dito tayo magla-landing, no, sa equation na yan. So, kailangan natin hanapin yan. Ano ang P sub 1 and P sub 2? Take note saan magagaling ang pressure sub 1 sa plunger at pressure sub 2 sa cylinder. Okay? So, next, let's compute for pressure at cylinder, plunger muna, plunger. Okay. So, pressure at plunger. So, gamit yung ating pressure formula. Pressure is equal to force over the area. In this case, yung force natin is F, no? Or let's say P sub 1 mo ito. P sub 1 is equal to force sub 1 over area sub 1. Wherein, yung ating F sub 1 ay equal din sa F. Kasi wala namang weight, diba? F over the area na maliit. Ito. Yung A. So, over A. So, pressure sub 1, that is yung F natin. Pero take note, gagawin ko tong Newton. In terms of Newton. Kasi para may unison dito, no? Naka-Newton. Ayan. Yung ating pressure. So, kung naka-Newton yan, okay, babalik ko dito yan. So, Newton ito. So, tuloy natin yung calculation over, ano daw yung ating area? Yung area, naka-square meter yan. Ito yun, 0.00323 square meter. Yan. So, para safe tayo sa round off, round up, no? Gagawin ko tong fraction form. So, this will become, yung P sub 1 natin is 100,000, yan, over, yan, ano to? 323. F, gawin ko tong kulay red. F na naka-Newton. Okay. Ang unit ito ay Newton. Yan. Okay. So, yun yung ating P sub 1, which is pressure in the plunger. Or next, let's compute naman yung ating pressure at the cylinder. at the cylinder. Yan. So, pressure at the cylinder, di gawin natin siyang P sub 2 is equal to F sub 2 over area sub 2. Wherein, yung F sub 2 natin is the weight over yung kanyang designated area or nakalagay na area sa kanya. Ayan. Okay? So, 44 kilonewton at 0.323 square meter. So, tandaan, kung ginawa kong newton yung kanina, gagawin ko din newton itong weight ng cylinder. Okay? So, itutuloy ko na dito. So, this will become yung ating P sub 2 is equal to 44 yan, times 10 cube newton, kasi kilonewton siya, di ba? Yan, over, yan, this is 0.323 square meter. Or it will give us a value na, ano ba to? Kung newton yan, that is 136,000, 222.9102. This is Newton. Bale, ito pala Newton per square meter din pala to. Sorry. So, this is Newton per square meter. Ito din malamang ay naka Newton per square meter. So, ang wala lang talaga tayong value dyan, yung F. Okay. So, para ma-solve natin yan, edi equate na natin. So, equate yung gamma H natin to P sub 2 minus P sub 1 na equation. Okay? So, ano ba yung gamma H na na-compute natin? So, lagay na natin ito. So, this will become 35,198.28 Newton per square meter is equal to P sub 2. Ito yun, 136,222.9102 Newton per square meter minus, ayan, 100,000, ayan, over, ayan, 323, ayan, may ating kulay, F na naka Newton per square meter din. So, the value of F will be equal to 300, yan, 26.3096 Newton. And this is our answer. Yan, di ba? Maliit. Kasi, kung gusto nyo gawin mga kilonewton, yung pinanggalingan nyo, so gagawin nyo ito lahat kilonewton para mas maliit ang decimal place. So, uusot ka lang talaga ng tatlo yan. So, this will become 0.326309 kilonewton. Okay. Pero dahil nga may anticipation ako na sobrang liit lang yan in comparison to the weight, no? Kasi nga naman kung kilonewton yon, ano lang ba ang 326 newton? So, 44,000 newton, di ba? Sobrang layo. So, yun din yung ini-indicate na tong ating problem, no? Kaya ako ginawang ganyan. Okay? So, this is our sample problem number 3 under pressure and head, no, na under sa topic natin na principles of hydrostatics. Okay, so now let's proceed to sample problem number 4. Okay, so for this problem, so for the tank shown, yan, so H sub 1 is 3.64 meters. So, lagyan na natin yung mga dimension. So, 3.64 meters. And for H sub 3, that is 4.78 meters. Okay. So, ang tinatawag is the value of H sub 2. So, for this solution, i-identify muna natin yung mga elements na makikita natin sa setup. Okay. So, let's say ito yung ating point 1. Okay, yung nasa ibabaw nitong oil. Then, designate natin na point 2. Ito nasa ibabaw ng water. Then, let's take yung datum natin. Ito. Or should I say, itong reference line natin na to. Yung nasa pinakababa. Yan. Ng inyong tank. Okay. So, for us to compute for H sub 2, we will use yung ating summing up ng ating pressure head. Okay. So, for our solution, so, makikita nyo, dalawang illustration na akong pinrepare dito kasi meron tayong two possible solution for this problem. Okay. So, but first, let's take, or let's remember yung ating H or pressure head. H or pressure head is the pressure, okay, over the unit weight or rho g, density times gravitational constant. So for our first solution, okay, mag-sum tayo ng pressure head. So paano? So let's sum up pressure head, dito na natin. Sum up or summing up pressure head. Pressure head from point 1 to point 2. Okay. So, anong ulit yung natin? Balik natin. Anong ulit yung ating natatandaan pag nagsasum tayo ng pressure head or yung napatunayan natin kanina sa calculation? Pag pababa yung ating basa, that is a positive value. Pag pataas, that is a negative value ng ating pressure head, from gamma H. Okay? So, in this case, babasahin natin siya with respect to certain height kasi sa pressure head na So, dito sa ating una sa taas, since wala namang binanggit na element or should I say atmospheric pressure, so walang measured pressure dyan, so that means yung ating P sub 1 dito ay 0. And yung ating dito sa taas, yung ating P sub 2 din ay 0. Kung meron siyang air, may density siya, so let's say gamma ng air. So, yun, kung meron man. Okay. Pero in this case, parang wala din, I-assume na natin na parang meron. Kasi, exposed naman sila sa free surface or atmosphere. So, meron diyang air. Pero yun nga lang, at the pressure at that point is 0. Kasi, wala ka namang gauge pressure. And, katulad nga na napaliwanag natin kanina, na we are taking the datum or should I say yung atmospheric pressure natin at datum. Kaya pa nagsum tayo ng pressure head dito pababa, eto nga yan, yung nasa gilid, yung pula na nakikita nyo. Okay? Na guide. Yan. Sige, so tuloy natin dito. So, summing up pressure head from this illustration, so this will become P sub 1. So, this will become P sub 1 over gamma ng air, kung meron man, so air na lang, plus H sub 2, okay, plus, take note, yung H sub 2 natin is oil. So, i-convert natin siya into water. Bakit? Kanina napansin niyo, ganun ang ginawa natin sa unang problem. Ito, kinonvert natin sila into meters of water or meters of mercury. In this case, dahil magkaiba yung liquid natin, so yung isa dyan, itatransform natin into a liquid to a height of a certain liquid. In this case, dahil mas yung binigay na height ay height of water, di ba? Yung 3.64, ko-convert natin into height of water, yung oil, by multiplying sa kanyang specific gravity. That is 0.84 or specific gravity ng oil times H sub 2, okay, plus H sub 1. Tapos mula dito, di ba, panabasa na natin to lahat pababa. Nabasa natin lahat to pababa. So, ayan. So, next natin, basahin naman ito lahat pataas. So, negative. So, minus H sub 3 is equal to P sub 2 over gamma ng air kung meron man. Ngayon, dahil alam natin na P sub 1 and P sub 2 ay 0, so, maiwan na lang is 0.84 specific gravity ng oil times H sub 2 plus, ano nga ulit yung H sub 1? 3.64 meters minus 4.78 meters is equal to 0. Ayan yan, diba? 0 plus. So, H sub 2, simplifying that, it will give us a value of 1.3571 meters. Okay. So, actually, ito na yung sagot natin. This is the value of your H sub 2. Yan. Okay? So, that's it for our first solution. Okay. Nabanggit ko kanina merong second solution. Okay. Meron. So, for our second solution, okay, tingnan natin kung Parehas ng sagot. Sa second solution natin, magte-take tayo ng datum by eliminating yung magkaparehas na liquid na may magkaparehas na height. Kasi bakit? Alam natin na kapag binasa mo ng pababa yung same height, no? At yung isa binasa mo patas with respect to datum, it will give you a value of positive and negative values na merong the same numerical value. What I'm pertaining is this one. Let's say, bawa ito. Dito ko kinuha yung datum. Diyan. So, ibig sabihin, kung ito yung ating h sub 1, kung water yan parehas, o meron ako dito matitirang ano, this will become, okay, gawa natin ng ano, dimensioning. So, maiwan natin dito, yan, ay h sub 3 minus h sub 1. Okay? Ngayon, yung ating h sub 1, no, ay 3.64. So, water to, water din to. Yan. Kung binasa natin to with respect, take note ito yung ating datum, no? Datum. Kung binasa natin yan with respect to datum, yung pababa niyan na height is a positive height at yung pababa nito, gamma h rather, at itong gamma h na to pataas is a negative. Therefore, pwede ba natin sabihin na yung, let's say, gamma ng water h sub 1 dito na pababa, which is a positive value, is equal lang din, no? Equal siya sa dito gamma, ano na, gamma h sub 1 nito, wherein this is pataas, negative. So in short, pwede natin ito ma-eliminate. Ngayon, ang matitira na natin, so, ganun pa din, dito 0.1, ito yung ating 0.2. Same. 0.1 natin, meron tayong pressure at 1 as 0, and pressure at 2 is 0. So, applying yung ating same approach, no? Pero inangat natin yung datum, remove the datum. Take note, magagawa lang natin to, no? Reminder lang, we could use this, no? Kapag same property of fluid. Okay? Doon lang natin magagawa yan. Ngayon, kung nagkataon na oil yung nasa kabila, hindi natin magagawa yun. Okay? Dahil para silang tubig, doon natin magagawa yung solution na to. So, applying that solution, so this will become h sub 2, p sub 1 over gamma ng air plus S ng oil times h sub 2. Okay? Tapos hanggang dito na lang, no? Yung datum, let's say ito yung ano natin, yung guide natin, yung kulay pink or purple. Yan, tapos dito na tayo, pataas na. Okay? That is minus the difference daw ng h sub 3 minus h sub 1 is equal to p sub 2 over gamma nung sa air. Alam natin na parang 0 yung p sub 1, p sub 2, 0 plus 0.84 yan, times h sub 2 yan, h sub 2 minus yung difference nila, that is 4.78 minus 3.64 is equal to 0, which is parehas na parehas lang din naman ang takbo ng solution. So, it will give us a value na ating h sub 2 na equal sa 1.3571 meters. So, same na same lang. Ayan. Doon sa ating kaninang solution. Okay? Kaya, parehas lang yon, no? Parehas lang. Ang ginawa ko lang is, inangat ko lang yung ating datum or reference line, no? Kung saan tayo nag-read ng gamma h, or in this case, P over gamma. Okay? So, that's it for our problem number 4 under pressure and head. Okay, now let's move with the last problem under pressure and head, which is this one. The weight density of a mud is given by the equation gamma is equal to 10 plus 0.5 h, or unit weight. No? Weight density, where gamma is kilonewton per cubic meter, kaya ako sinabi na unit weight, and h is in meters. So if we're going to rewrite that one para medyo ano tayo, right? Gamma daw is 10 plus 0.5H, where gamma is expressed daw in kilonewton per cubic meter. So, kaya nga, nabanggit ko kanina, ito ay unit weight. Unit weight. And then, yung ating H daw is in meters. So, ano to? Height or pressure head. No, this is your pressure head. Yan. Okay? So, ang tanong sa atin is, determine the pressure. Kaya ako nabanggit na pressure head, no? Parang familiar ka agad. In kilopascal, ng depth daw ay 5.36 meters. So, paano yun? Paano yung gustong itukoy sa atin ng problem na yun? O, i-drawing natin yung scenario. Let's say ito yung surface ng mud. Bawa ito yun. Okay? Tapos, to a certain depth daw, let's say ito. Bawa ito siya. Ito yung ating depth na yan na tinutukoy. Na yan yung merong 5.36 meters na height or depth. Bawa yun yun. Yan. So, 5.36 meters. Yan. So, ano daw yung pressure at this point? Yan. Ano daw yan? Okay? So, yung tinutukoy dyan. So, ngayon, ang binigay sa atin ay equation. So, from that point, no, mukha bang ang pinapakita sa atin is equation ng unit weight. Therefore, using yung ating equation na P is equal to gamma H, no? So, we could say na, this will become gamma is equal to, P over H, yan. Equal pala dito. Kaya siguro nakaganyan, no, yung ating equation. Ngayon, since naka-equation tayo, gamit ang calculus, no? Through calculus, yan. We could say na the change in pressure over the change in height is your unit weight, which is the same with this. Anong indication yan? Ibig sabihin, habang bumababa siya ng level, halimbawa dito sa level na to, tapos iba natin kulay, gawin natin red dito, yan. Tapos ito gawin natin blue, yan. Kada bago daw ng height, so let's say bawa ito, height number 1, yan. Tapos ito, pangalawang height, so ito, pangatlong height. Kada palit niya ng height from the surface, bago ng bago, yung meron din siyang palit ng pressure. Ibig sabihin, meron din siyang dP over dH. Pero, do take note na iisa ang kanilang unit weight. Kasi iisa lang naman yung fluid kung nasaan sila yung property ng fluid na kung saan sila ina-analyze. So, in that case, gawin natin or gamitin na natin yan, yung equation na yan. So, this will become 10 plus 0.5H is equal to dP over dH. O, pag samasamahin natin yung magkakamag-anak, i-rearrange natin to. dP is equal to 10 plus 0.5H dH. So, nakakita tayo ng dP dH. So, alam natin na ito ay gagamitin natin ng integration. Ngayon ang tanong, ano ang mga limits? Sa P, since alam natin na nasa taas tayo, nasa ibabaw tayo, alam natin na ang P, let's say, 0, P at 0 is 0. Tapos, habang bumababa ka, may pressure. So, therefore, yung limit mo is from 0 to P. At yung depth mo naman is from 0 to 5.36 meters. So, simplifying this mathematical equation, so this will become integration to, this will become P. Take note, may limit ka na consider na from 0 to P is equal to, ano ba to? Distribution, no? Distribution, this will become 10h plus, so n plus 1 over n plus 1, 0.5 h squared over 2 na meron kang limit na from 0 to 5.36. Ayan. Yan ang iyong tawag dito, solution. Okay? Or, kung ayaw mong idiretso ng limit, no? Pwede din naman, idiretso mo muna siya na kasi baka sabi mo, sir, paano kung hindi 5.36, hindi natin magagamit yan. Ibahin na lang natin. Gawin natin siyang h. Yan. H. Simplify that further, this will become p. Kasi diba may minus 0 yan, no? Minus 0 is, so h to 10h plus 0.25 h squared, simplify ko na, minus 10 times 0 plus, minus 0.25 times 0 squared. So, makakancel na lahat. Ang matitira na equation ay P is equal to 10h plus 0.25 h squared. Ngayon, ang sabi sa atin, yung depth daw na kailangan natin, or h natin is 5.36 meters. So, kung yung kanina, no, yung bago ko ilagay sa ganitong solution, kung gusto niyo diretso, wala namang problema. Okay? So, P here will become 10 multiplied by, ano yung ating h? That is 5.36 meters. Yan. Okay. Plus 0.25 multiplied by 5.36 meters. Pero ito ay square na. Ngayon ang tanong, sir, ano magiging resulting unit? Kung ating gamma ay naka-express daw ng, nakita ba to? Kilonewton per cubic meter at pressure head natin H ay naka-meter. So malamang ito ay kilonewton per square meter. And the answer for this, no, kasi nga, dinala natin to sa derivation, is 60.7824 kilonewton per square meter. So, this is your answer for this problem. Ito daw yung kanyang pressure at a depth of 5.36 meters. Ito yan. Okay? Ayan yun. Yung pressure na yan. Ganyan daw siya kataas. Para sa mud, no? Medyo makatotohanan naman kasi mataas ang kanyang viscosity. Okay? So, that's it for our problem number 5 ng under pressure and head ng principles of hydrostatics.